Good morning, world. And so for those whom are interested in what I have to say this morning, good morning and welcome to the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. I thank you all for tuning in with me this morning, um, and being in the midst, in the presence of this time together. And so, yes, back like a shark attack, back like we left some, back like we ain't got no clothes on our back, and for the world is a better place when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. All right, y'all. So thank you for tuning in with me this morning as I conversate about the latest sports topics that has taken place from this past week and will be upcoming this week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in and participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin to remind our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page, on Instagram as the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, People Hernandez. And so this morning, our brother's got a few things going on. And guess what, world? In a world where every weekend you legitimately have people that are busy, life happens. And so the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, however, it continues to roll. And so good morning, Jay Whitty. Good morning, Jonathan. Good morning, fellas. And so today is October 22nd of 2022. And we have yet again seen another fascinating week in the sports world, where we saw the Arizona Cardinals in action Thursday night against the New Orleans Saints. And the New Orleans Saints, it's sad to see, but this team is 2-5 after building what looked to be a very nice roster, talented-wise, but with injuries, etc., their receivers being out for a number of games, Jameis Winston being out for a number of games. This looks like this team would not make the playoffs, and it's an utter disappointment in pretty much what is a weak NFC South right now. The NBA kickoff, it kicked off its 77th inaugural season, where we saw the Warriors remind us of whom they are. The Warriors look really good. They won a championship last year. They bench is younger, and so they are coming back, and they look like they want to repeat. On the other hand, the Lakers, they are reminding us of whom we thought they were. And so unfortunately, AD and LeBron is on the court, but the Lakers right now, they don't have much else to go to. Their bench is decimated with no names. Outside of LeBron and AD, Russell Westbrook, he is making history, y'all, for bricking the ball. He is the first Lakers player in history since, well, not history, but since 1963. Some guy, I don't even know the name of, the first Lakers player to go 0-for-11, at least 0-for-11 in a basketball game. And so this is saying a lot about Russell Westbrook right now. He is having a very, very tough time in Lakerland. And right now, he's, the reason why they've lost these two games. If the man would have hit 2 shots against the Clippers, they won the game. But Russell Westbrook out there breaking it up. And on the other hand, our Chicago Bulls, they are off to a good start as expected. And so with that being said, I would introduce my partners, but they are busy. And so that is life. That happens. And so let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Grand Rising, Jay Whitty. Good morning, Cuzzo. How you doing? And so we see that Christian McCaffrey, CMC is what they call him, Christian McCaffrey. He has went to the San Francisco 49ers on a big blockbuster trade where the 49ers, they've received multiple draft picks from 2022, 23, 24 that will help build their team up for the future. And so the Carolina Panthers, they're in rebuild mode clearly at this point. They just got rid of Robbie Anderson, and he went to the NFC West as well with the Arizona Cardinals. And so CMC to the 49ers. I just wonder, y'all, I wonder how Sean McVay's reaction was when he found out. Let's just say, for example, right? It's Friday morning, you go get your coffee, grab you a few eggs, toast, get ready for the day. Get up out of your bed, turn on television, and you see Christian McCaffrey traded to your rival, the San Francisco 49ers, a team that has owned you pretty much in the regular season for the last few years, and has been your arch nemesis for glory within this division. We know how physical the 49ers are. We know how good of a football team the 49ers are. It's a good football team. And now you're adding Christian McCaffrey to a great defensive team, a great coach team, a great team with special teams. The biggest what if on the 49ers is their quarterback, Jimmy G, Eastern Illinois, Chicago boy, Arlington Heights guy. But he's a winner. He wins football games. And so he is, on the other hand, the quarterback. I just wonder down the road, where does this league trade Lance? He's a very talented quarterback. And so now the Niners are in a good position. And so I'm thinking Sean McVay is like, wow, they got him now. And so I'm wondering, is he on the phone now? He's picking up and he's trying to call OBJ saying, hey, bro, we need you. Or is he like, all right, I'm confident in what we got. But regardless of the fact, I tell y'all what, Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers make this team a very dangerous football team. It's a team that now has increased their offensive efficiency massively. Because guess what, y'all? The Niners still got their backup running backs. They still got very productive running backs that can go behind Christian McCaffrey now. And so now you got a Tevin Coleman. Now you got the original starting back, our brother Wilson. And so you got these back that are still there that are backing up Christian McCaffrey. And so this make this Niners team just massively talented, because you got so many weapons that you can use in so many places. We've seen Deebo Samuel run the ball as a running back, but guess what? He's a wide receiver. So you can put him out there. I have no doubt in my mind that my brother Christian McCaffrey, who I've been critical of because he's been in a situation in Carolina where he has not won, he will be available now, world. And guess why he'll be available? Because he realized now that he has a chance for a ring. He has a chance to win a championship, and he has a chance to play in some competitive football come January. Carolina, not the case. But with this Niners team, he has a legit chance for a championship run, for a deep playoff run. And so with Christian McCaffrey now, you can put him in a slot. You can put Christian McCaffrey out wide. You can put Deebo Samuel in the backfield. You can put Brandon Ayuk in the slot. You can put Brandon Ayuk in the back. You can put Brandon Ayuk out wide. You can do so much with this thing. You got a great, one of the greatest tight ends I've ever seen in my generation, George Kittle. And so now Jimmy G has massive weapons, okay? Massive weapons along with the #1 ranked defense in football, okay? Alongside with the great head coach. And so now all these things put together, you now put the 49ers as a very, very serious contender going forward. And yes, I do view this team as a Super Bowl threat because of all the weapons they have. Will they look like a Super Bowl threat? Let's say guys come tomorrow. I don't know. But I do know this. If I was the NFL, if I had to play this team, and if they got in January, I don't give a damn if they get in as a 6 or a 7 seed. I would not want to see the San Francisco 49ers, especially a healthy San Francisco 49ers team. That goes for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. That goes for the NFC South. That could be the Falcons. That could be the Buccaneers, because both of those teams right now are battling for, due to a weak offensive line in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is not running away with the NFC South. NFC East, that's the best division right now in football. The Giants and the Eagles. If I'm the Eagles, I'm a little worried about the 49ers. Regular season, yeah, that's great. I think the Eagles have a very easy schedule, so they could end up somewhere as a top seed in the NFC. But regardless of the fact, they will likely have to play. They will likely have to play the 49ers if the 49ers get in. Oh, wow. Okay, Jonathan Abernathy, thank you for that info, bro. Jonathan Abernathy has stated OBJ to the Vikings pending physical. And so, okay, that makes things more interesting because, yeah, and now he'll be inside in the dome, Jonathan. He can do a lot more in the dome than being outside. He can catch, yeah, this makes him a lot more talented physically because he ain't got a lot of elements to deal with. That is fantastic. And so that would be great to see, OBJ. And so now the Vikings, they just made a big splash as well. And so now we got the Vikings, the 49ers, the Eagles, the Giants. I'm liking to see this, and I'm liking to see these teams built so that they can be competitive. And OBJ to the Vikings is definitely a response. That ain't nothing but a response to what just happened with Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers. And so now we got teams that are playing Tetris. And so it'll be very interesting to see how these teams react going forward. Yes. And so just curious, Jonathan, give me your thoughts, bro. CMC to the 49ers. Does this make the 49ers Super Bowl threat? Do you think this could help them put them over the top? And so give me your thoughts, bro. On the other hand, and Jay Whitty, if you hear as well, do the same. I don't know how much football you watch, but you know the 49ers is a good team. They got a really good running back named Christian McCaffrey. They've been missing this piece probably for a long time, and so now they got a vital piece. And so, just curious, man. You still rocking with the Bears for the NFC or what? On the other hand, Jonathan Abernathy stated, "Well, it's currently speculation as I look into, but most people think it's Bills versus Chiefs for OBJ, but it's a big possibility." Okay, got you, bro. Got you. So, yeah. All right. Okay. The Bears of Chicago. After watching this team, y'all, how they perform offensively for the first 6 weeks, the Bears of Chicago, and I'm a Bears fan, but the way they've been playing, guys, offensively, I wish, Jonathan, that we could have got our hands on OBJ because we need him a lot more than the 49ers do. I mean, than the Vikings do. But now if you get OBJ with the Vikings, now you got to worry about Adam Thielen. This frees up Adam Thielen, by the way. This frees him up if he was to go there. And then you got to worry about Justin Jefferson. And so we'll see how all of that folds out. But on the other hand, back to the Bears. We wish we could have got an OBJ because right now Darnell Mooney is our number one receiver, and he is not cutting it. He is. I've seen the guy in person. And Darnell Mooney is literally a little bit taller than me. He's about 5'9"-ish. And no disrespect. I mean, such thing as short guys being able to, do well as wide receivers in the NFL. Look at Tyler Lockett. Look at Marvin Harrison was like 6'1". So I don't know if I really view him as short. But Tyler Lockett was an example, Marquise Brown, but I don't know, guys, if those are really, they had other great receivers around them. And so right now, Darnell Mooney, who does he have right now? I'm not saying that he's not a great receiver. I just don't think he's a number one. I think he's a very nice number two, but not a great number one. And so, yes, the Bears of Chicago, which I'm rocking right now, see my cap, they have performed abysmally for the first 6 weeks. And so if we're talking about needs for this team, they need help offensively. Our defense, y'all, has actually been pretty good. They have held it down. Eddie Jackson been in his bag. He's been playing like that year we made the playoffs with the double dunk. He's been playing pretty good football. Roquan Smith has stepped up. Our linebackers, they have been grown men. Robert Quinn has held his job down. And so you see that Jalen Johnson is coming into himself. You see that. So you see some bright spots on our team for sure. But if we can't move the ball in today's NFL, it's not a good thing. And Justin Fields, I view him as one of the most talented quarterbacks here. And I view him as a quarterback with a lot of great potential. But right now, he's struggling because he doesn't have a lot of weapons with him. And so the more weapons he has, I think the better off it'll be for him. And so get some weapons for him. I did read y'all that next year we got 130 million in cap space. And so that'd be a good thing. And so that would then allow us to be able to bring in some nice weapons. On the other hand, Jonathan stated, as for CMC, if he can stay healthy, they can be deadly. But the 49ers can't stay healthy on either side of the ball. Yeah. This is true, bro. This is true. I hope they can stay healthy, Jonathan. I know you're with me. And the reason why is I want to see these teams healthy in the playoffs. I want to see a healthy San Francisco team. And I want to see them go up against the Eagles. And it'll really prove to see how good are the Eagles. I would pick the 49ers in that game. I would pick that. If the 49ers went up against a Rams team, I would pick the 49ers against the Rams. Allen Robinson out there looking like he done lost 100 pounds. He out there lost like a deer in headlights. The Rams are going through a hangover right now. And so the 49ers, man, and good morning to the viewers, y'all. Their problem is health. But I tell you this, bro, like I want to see a healthy Niners team. Because if it's a healthy Niners team, then this team could be very dangerous. I mean, look at what they've done without Christian McCaffrey. And it's not like, Jonathan, they've given up anybody. Only thing they gave up was draft picks. That's it. You still got Wilson backing him up, who was just the number one running back. You were winning with him. You got Tevin Coleman, which for football savants, no, Tevin Coleman can play football. The dude can run the ball and he can catch the ball. He's a great athlete. Indiana guy too. Went to U of I, Indiana, or IU. Guy can play football. And so you got these two backs behind him with Kittle, okay, with Brandon Ayuk and with Debo, okay? With this Niners team, Jonathan, you can switch these guys like dominoes. Okay, let's go ahead and let's put Debo in the backfield. We could put Christian McCaffrey out here. We could put Brandon Ayuk in the slot. You got so many things you can do. Oh, no, let's put Brandon Ayuk in the backfield, put Christian McCaffrey in the slot, put put Debo on the outside. Like, you can do so much with this Niners team, and it will confuse the hell out of defenses going forward. This is really good, y'all, because Prescott, JB, if you get a chance and you're watching, bro, this takes the ball, Jonathan, out of our boy's hand. It takes the ball out of Jimmy G's hand and just say, hey, Jimmy G, you give the rock to these guys, take a step. Period. And that's a good thing, because the longer you keep the ball in Jimmy G's hand, it's possible that he might turn it over. So with these weapons, however, you just get them all up, man. Just, allow them to march up the field. But even amongst that, I still think Jimmy G is a winner. Jimmy G wins football games. He does not turn the ball over a lot. He does not beat himself. Jimmy G is a great game manager. And so with him being a great game manager and you putting him alongside these weapons, this would be very interesting to watch. And so, yes, he can stay healthy. They can be deadly. But the 49ers, they need to stay healthy on either side of the ball. And so, yes, We will see how the 49ers react going forward, and how they mesh together. I don't expect this team to come out tomorrow, y'all, and look like a Super Bowl team. If they do, look out. But I do expect as the year comes along, and if this team is healthy, Jonathan, that they will be a very, very scary opponent. If this team was to be a 6 seed or a 7 seed healthy, I would not want to play them. If I'm Philadelphia, man, and they come in as a 7 seed, I'm real nervous, real nervous, because even if they're a 7 seed, I know they're capable of being a 1 or 2 seed if they play at their best with the talent they got. And so, be on the lookout for this 49ers team, y'all. It is very, very interesting to see, and congrats to the 49ers on making a big splash. And yes, we just covered the Bears of Chicago. We'll see how the Bears of Chicago react. The Bears of Chicago, which is my team, they will be the Bears of Chicago until they show me what they can do offensively. All right, NBA season, y'all, it's kicked off, and the Golden State Warriors look very impressive as they did last season. And so the question this morning, y'all, is, are there some contenders out there that you feel can or will dethrone Golden State? And so, y'all, let's talk some hoops. And so, which teams do you feel like can dethrone the Warriors and why? All right. So the Warriors, y'all, they are the best team in basketball. And that's just my little belief. Okay. They are the defending champions. They do got a great bench. They do got some young studs that has grown and developed. And they got one of the best players in the world. Okay. Not to mention one of the other best shooters in the world. You know? And then also one of the best punchers in the world as well. Draymond Green, who happened to KO Jordan Poole, as you guys saw on TMZ. All right, so sorry for that ADHD moment. All right, so back to the podcast. All right, so who can dethrone the Warriors and why? Okay, and so the Clippers, y'all, I want to put this out here. The Clippers with Kawhi Leonard, who is healthy, okay, with Paul George, okay, with John Wall, who came and showed us against the Lakers that he got something to prove. He looked like the old John Wall from the Wizards. That, along with the other guys that you got on the, the Clippers, the Morrises of the world, who got that smooth game of his, Nicholas Batum. It's so many weapons, man. You got guys off the bench, man, that can come and score a lot of points. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's an energized ball. He kind of reminds me of Maxey, but he's not Maxey. He plays for the Clippers. I can't remember the dude's name at the moment, but he's a really good scorer, dreads in his head and stuff. Really energy guy. Y'all know who I'm talking about if you're a basketball fan. So this guy, you got him. So many other weapons with a great head coach, one of the best head coaches. The Clippers, y'all, I'm very interested to see how they do. On the other hand, another squad I got for y'all, and that's them boys down in Memphis, Tennessee. The Memphis Grizzlies, they openly stated that if they did not lose Ja Morant, okay, for those multiple games in the playoffs last year against the Warriors, they stated that they openly stated they would have beat the Warriors. They stated we would have beat y'all. But now I'm looking at interviews from Ja Morant, and he's hearing all about the Warriors. And guess what Ja Morant said, y'all? Ja Morant said, the NBA got to come through Memphis. And he left it at that. So he's talking to the Warriors. He's talking to the Clippers. He's talking to Giannis. He's talking to Denver. All these squads. He's saying, y'all got to come through Memphis, Tennessee. When you come down to Memphis, Tennessee, it ain't going to be easy. And so I'm looking at what he's saying, and I'm interested myself to see how the Grizzlies, how they react, what they gonna do. I'm interested to see them play against the Warriors because I think at any moment in time they can beat the Warriors. I do. And so I'm very interested to see how the Grizzlies react. I'm interested to see how the Clippers react. I'm interested to see how the Nuggets react. I'm interested in seeing how the Bucks react. I want to see how all these squads react when we get the playoffs going. I just want to see how they react within the regular season in general. And so Golden State is that squad, Golden State is that team, but they got some big opposition out there. And Ja Morant, he ain't never been a type to run from any smoke. He wants that smoke, and he is willing and ready to provide that smoke to anybody, according to his interview. Good morning, Jamar Goodman. Good morning, bro.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good, man. Good, man. Rocking, man. I'm in a groove.
I see. Bro. Well, go ahead. Continue.
It is going well, man. I just talked about the 49ers, man. I think this team is dangerous, bro. Deadly. I think with Christian McCaffrey, they got so many options now. I think you can put CMC man in the slot now, bro. You could put Brandon Ayuk in the backfield or Debo in the backfield. You could put Debo out wide. You could, I mean, it's so much you could just make with defenses that are going to confuse the hell out of them. So I just want to know, bro, this morning for the viewers, and they want to know, what do you think this does for the 49ers? How does this make this team, and what is the ceiling with this team now?
Man, this answers any problems that you think that they had at running back for sure, and also adds another offensive weapon to their team. As we know, Kyle Shanahan offense is basically, based on a good running game, which sets up everything else. The fact that, Elijah Mitchell's been missing, so they had to get a little bit creative. That's how last year Deebo Samuel, was unlocked because they started moving him around and stuff because of injuries to their running back core. So now you add a guy who is just as versatile as Deebo Samuel, if not even more, that you plug in the backfield. Now, like you were saying, it's like you can mix and match and do as many things as you want. I mean, at this point, man, it's basically up to Jimmy G to just manage. He don't even got to do anything spectacular. He just got to just manage the ship. That's it. And this team
manage the ship. I like that. Manage the ship.
That's it. He don't even have to go out here and throw for 300 yards every game, to 4 touchdowns. He don't even have to do all that, man.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure Christian McCaffrey will be a seamless fit just because of the family tree. Just think about it. So we know Kyle Shanahan's dad, Mike Shanahan, used to coach the Broncos, and Christian McCaffrey's dad, Ed McCaffrey, used to play for the Broncos. So I'm pretty sure it's second nature to him at this point. I'm pretty sure he's very familiar with the scheme.
And then he's a Stanford guy.
Exactly.
Right up the street. Right up the street. And so do you think this, I ask you this, Jamar.
Yeah.
If the Niners are a 6 or 7 seed, let's just say they ain't meshing tomorrow, right?
Okay.
Just got CMC, who up and down. Victor, Jonathan, you guys on with me. If you guys literally are the number 1 seed and you Philly, and you see that the Niners get in with Christian McCaffrey as a 6 or 7 seed, are you worried that this team could potentially, because you see what they've done without CMC. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, they still got Wilson, who was just the number 1 back. He's number 2 now, right? And you still got a versatile Tevin Coleman back there, too.
Yep.
Tevin Coleman can play. And he's an Indiana guy. Very, very, I'm not saying he's a number 1 running back, Jamar, but he is great at 3. And so
absolutely,
you put that together. Are you confident as a top seed to want to play this team? If you're the Vikings, if you're the Eagles come January, do you want to play this team if they're a wild card?
No, you basically got the same feeling as the Green Bay Packers every time they see the 49ers in the playoffs. Right. Like you're not going to bed, feeling comfortable. You're not looking like that Homer Simpson meme out there when he's just sleeping peacefully. No. You are worried. You are worried, and rightfully so. We just talked about how deadly this team is on offense, and we already know that their defense is elite. So it's just like
number 1 ranked right now.
They are a complete team at this point. Because I mean, you talked about Jeff Wilson being number 2, Tevin Coleman being number 3. But then when Elijah Mitchell comes back, that just bolsters their running back core even more. And then You got
Like I
Brandon
know I
Ayuk.
missed one of the backs.
Yeah, and then you got Brandon Ayuk, who we didn't really mention, but I mean, he's gonna get one-on-one matchups, and then George Kittle too. It's like,
Yes,
what do you do?
exactly. And so, yes, this 49ers team, world, keep an eye on them. They will be something to behold very, very soon. And so, Jamar, bro, we was talking a little bit of basketball.
Okay.
Just want to ask you quickly, with the Golden State Warriors and their championship pedigree, there's always somebody right there that wants to knock you off, right? And so,
Always.
with the Golden State Warriors and their winning ways, there's some opposition. And so I'm curious to know, bro, what team out there or teams out there do you think are perennial threats to knock off the Golden State Warriors? For me, bro, I picked the Clippers and I picked the Grizzlies. I picked the Clippers and I picked the Grizzlies because I like the Grizzlies young core. And so, you, bro, what teams out there you think that Golden State should be worried about?
This is just Western Conference or just NBA in general?
NBA in general.
Okay. So number one, I wholeheartedly agree with your two picks because the Clippers were about to be the first team that came out my mouth. Grizzlies going to be right behind just because for the Clippers, I mean, you know, they probably got the deepest team in the league just all the way around. Then you add Kawhi Leonard back. And in addition to John Wall, like, I don't know if you saw opening night against the Lakers, but I mean, the John Wall edition, man, that just let me know that team can hit a different level. Yeah. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
And then John Morant, he's on a mission this year. He came out and said he wants to win MVP this year. He championship or bust. I mean, he dropped 49 last night.
Exactly.
Like he's on one. And that team is just gonna get better and better. Hey, I mean, so with Sling, like you get like a free like NBA pass right now. So I had a chance to like, you know, dabble in a few games here and there, just check out some teams the last couple of nights.
Right.
Hey, I think New Orleans can be a problem.
Ooh. Hey.
Just because they have three guys that can get you 20 plus together any given night. They have versatile defenders all over the place. They have Valanciunas, who is an underrated guy that causes problems. Like, remember last year when he was with the Grizzlies, if I'm not mistaken, causing havoc? Yeah, so.
He's a very good center. He was an all-star with the Grizzlies, y'all.
And then you got Willie Smart, who looks like a phenomenal coach so far. So I think that team can cause problems. When I was talking to Chris Ford the other day, he expects them to be a top 4 seed, and I can see why so far. I can. So I think those three. In the East, I'll always say Milwaukee. I will. Because we didn't even get a chance to get a healthy dose of Milwaukee in the playoffs last year, and they took Boston to Game 7 without Middleton the whole time. So, you know, that right there just, you know, is always in the back of my head. So I give those 4 teams right now.
Yeah, and I correct myself. Valanciunas was no all-star. He was a borderline all-star, and he plays some, you know, he's right there. He's a very, very productive center, man. This dude can play, and he's had a great run with the Grizzlies. And so now you put him on New Orleans, man. You got Jose Alvarez, who will follow you to the crowd. You see how he was doing Chris Paul last year. They had memes of Chris Paul walking, and all it was a ponytail following him. And so that ponytail, y'all, is Jose Alvarez, and that dude can play. He just dropped like 29 the other day, and so that's another potential score. That's another potential score. Not to mention that New Orleans, Jamar, they got a lot of good spot-up shooters that we don't know their names. We just don't know their names yet. We don't know their names yet, but we will know their names soon. And I guarantee you, when April come, you will know their names too. They got a lot of spot-up shooters who makes things very dangerous, Jamar, because now that frees up Zion.
Yeah.
You know, because people are so worried about this freight train coming down the lane, they move, you know, they trying to block him, but you got shooters everywhere now.
Yep, you got that happening. And then not to mention I appreciate watching the growth of Brandon Ingram over the years, and now he's just a problem. Like when I was watching them playing Brooklyn the first night, like he was giving Kevin Durant problems. And they compared him to Kevin Durant coming out of Duke. So it's just like just watching the growth there, it's just phenomenal. Then CJ McCollum, that was the key trade last year to even like evolve this team all the way around. Yeah. So when you got 3 bucket getters like that a couple of them is very versatile, can get them at all 3 levels, coupled with Valanciunas down low, like you said, the spot-up shooters and a tenacious defense, like this team's ceiling is very high.
Yes. Very interesting to watch. Very, very interesting to watch. Yes. And so, Jamar, just really quickly, though, at the end of the day, since the NBA season has started, who is your team to win it all?
Excuse me. Yeah, it would be Golden State. Just because it's not too often that you see a defending champ get better.
Right.
Wiseman makes them better. So that's good.
Kuminga makes them better.
Yep. The evolution of those guys. And you basically paid your core outside of one guy. So everybody's taken care of for the most part. Everybody's healthy. Let's see what they got.
Yep. More shooters too. I forgot the guy that played for Denver, the guy that played for Memphis, that tall guy. He's a power forward.
JaMychal Green.
JaMychal Green. That's another shooter.
And they also got Dante DiVincenzo as well, who was a really good player for Milwaukee.
Yes, exactly. So that just makes them more deeper. So I'm with you. Just quickly on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, me and Jamar believe that the Golden State Warriors will repeat. I got him, Jamar, winning a lot of awards this year. That's just me. I got awards all over Golden State this year. And so, yes, quickly, bro, your top 5 NFL teams. And so for me, just an FYI, world, for number 5, I got Minnesota. Number 4, I got New York. And that ain't the Jets, the Giants. Because of their defense and because of that D-line, they look like the 2011 squad. Number 3, I got Kansas City. I know they 3-2 or 4-2, but the reason why I got Kansas City is because they should have won the game. I feel like they got like help from the refs, but Buffalo did. But shouts out to Buffalo. I'm gonna leave it at that. Buffalo, that might be Jamar's number 1 ranked team. But for me, I got Philly as number 1 because they are undefeated, and Philly is just clicking on all cylinders. And so Buffalo, many people will say they're the best team. But I got Philly for now. Okay, for now. We'll see how Philly continues to progress. But if Philly loses and Buffalo continues to win, then that spot will go to Buffalo, FYI. And so, yes, Minnesota, New York, and City, Buffalo, Philly. Jamar, what you got, bro?
I guess I'm Minnie's people on that one. So I'm definitely Minnie's people on that. So our top 5 is virtually identical, pretty much. 5, I got Minnesota, and this might be the last time Minnesota's in my top 5 because I don't expect them seeing them that's high much longer. But anyway, 4, I got the Giants. They started to make me believers last week, what they did to Baltimore there. 3 is Kansas City. Like I said last week, who you lose to matters, who you play matters. That game right there between them and the Bills was everything that we wanted to see. They just haven't come out the losing end. 2, I have Philly. Yes, I know they're undefeated, but I still want to see more. I get it. I still want to see more, but I do call them a complete team. So they are by far the best team in the NFC to me. And number 1, the Buffalo Bills. They're just locked and loaded. Even with a banged up secondary, they still getting things done. I got the Bills 1, Eagles 2, Chiefs 3, Giants 4, Vikings 5.
Yes, wonderful. All right, and so world, that is our top 5 NFL teams. And so Jamar, let's quickly, bro. Let's cover the MLB playoffs. And so we got 2 wonderful series, y'all, that is going on between the New York Yankees, the number 2 seed, y'all, Aaron Judge, a lot of great things going on. They're up against the number 1 Houston Astros. FYI, Jamar, Houston is up 2-0. Our boy Dusty Baker is winning as he always does. Okay. The only thing missing from this man's resume is a World Series championship. Thanks. And the NLCS, this Philadelphia Phillies, scorching hot, y'all. They are up against the San Diego Padres. And as we talk about momentum with baseball, Jamar, them hot ass Phillies that came in and they came in hot at the right time and healthy, Jamar. And boom, now they up 2-1 in the NLCS. And so, with that being said, bro, I want to get your pick between the Astros and Yankees. Do the Yankees come back and win this series, or is our boy Dusty Baker getting back to the World Series again?
I mean, it feels like our boy Dusty Baker is getting back to the World Series, and it's, awesome of a season that Aaron Judge has had, and all the bats and the pitching of the Yankees, to be right back in this position. It's crazy how good the Astros have been, even after the little cheating thing a few years ago. It's just like the Astros like letting people know, like, we don't need to cheat to win. We don't have to. We're that good.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it makes a lot of people mad, including myself a little bit, that the Astros still doing this. But for Dusty's sake, I mean, I hope he gets it done. I think the Astros get it done. And once again, great season by the Yankees, especially Aaron Judge. I can't wait to see him get the bag this winter. But it's looking like it's the Astros season, man.
I don't want to go too far ahead, but I'm with you. I think the Astros will take care of the Yankees. But we're going to see, man. Maybe it's some Bronx magic that's about to happen, Jamar. They are going to the Bronx now. And so, with the Bronx, man, it's always crunk there. They got a lot of history and magic. And so we'll see how the Yankees respond with this series. And so the Astros, however, is a unanimous pick, y'all, for the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. On the other hand, fellas, fellas. I'm sorry, Jamar. On the other hand, bro. We got the NLCS. And so the Philadelphia Phillies, they have taken a 2-1 series lead over the San Diego Padres. So Philly's up. Philly is hot. But San Diego's a very nice team, too. They came from out of the ashes, too. With this series, might be a little bit harder of a pick, but who you got with this one?
Man, this has been a fun series to watch. I haven't really more so watched it, but just seeing the highlights and stuff here going back and forth. And
right.
Boy, like, you was not when you say the Phillies are hot, they are hot. Like, I saw that home run by Schwarber the other day. He even had Bryce Harper looking like, whew. No, their bats are batting, quote unquote. Pitching is taking care of business. I mean, yeah, this one is tougher, but I'm rolling with the hot team of the Phillies. I think the Phillies will get it taken care of when it's all said and done.
Yeah, bro. I am with you. I think the Phillies take care of the Padres. I didn't even expect them to be here, Jamar, because they don't even have Fernando Tatis Jr., y'all, who is one of the highest paid players in baseball. Okay. But, the acquisitions that they made over the past few years with these big name players has played off. He was trying to get this brother to the White Sox, but he went ahead and went to the Padres. And so he is in San Diego, and he's doing it with a bunch of guys that I don't really know much about. But I do know with San Diego, they have great pitching. But they are going up against a team that, once again, in baseball, it's about going in hot at the right time. I'm going to go with the Phillies. I think the Phillies is set for a matchup, y'all, with the Houston Astros in the World Series. At this point, that's the World Series I want to see. I want to see those two great teams go at it. And so, yes, world, if you guys feel the need to do so, feel free to chime in and let us know how you feel. Jonathan Abernathy stated, Jamar, even after losing Correa, Springer, and Cole, they are still dominating. And this is talking about the Astros, Jamar. Mm-hmm. Even after losing Correa, Springer, and Cole, they are still dominating. I told y'all with Nick Castellanos back healthy and Rice and Schwarber are all healthy, they are looking amazing. Yes. And so with all this being said, it sounds like Jonathan is with us as well, that the Astros and the Phillies are looking like they will clash for the World Series. And so, man, shout out to Schwarber. That is like, he's like Mr. October, bro. Like, this dude, like, he is ready for October for sure. Like, it doesn't matter what team he's with, Jamar. It's just like when October comes, he is ready to deliver, and he does.
Hey, some people just got that clutch gene. We talk about it all the time.
He got a clutch gene, man. That dude got a clutch gene for real. And so, yes, let's continue y'all to see how things progress. And so right now, things are looking great between both of these teams. All right, Jamar. NFL reactions and your overreactions. Okay.
All right.
Is it an overreaction, Jamar, to think that in the Big D, Dak Prescott is afraid for his job to be taken? And so therefore, like Rudy in the old time classic Notre Dame movie, he is rushing to get back on the field. Don't laugh. Is this an overreaction or a reaction? Like, is this an overreaction or what?
So it wasn't an overreaction until we saw Cooper Rush, fizzled out last week.
Yeah.
I think at that point, Dak, he could relax a little bit, just. So at this point, it's not. It's an overreaction. Dak. At this point we understand that Cooper Rush can manage a little bit, but in order for this team to actually go to its peak, they have to have Dak Prescott playing at a high level.
Right. Yes. Absolutely. So we'll see how that progresses. Another thing, Jamar, is it an overreaction, bro, to think that the Atlanta Falcons, not Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that the Atlanta Falcons will win the NFC South?
No, it's not an overreaction, because we talk about how decimated that line is for Tampa Bay. We talk about how much of a statue Tom Brady is, and that's not a problem that's going to resolve itself over the course of this season. As we know, an offensive line, like, that starts in the offseason for it to be fixed. We know that firsthand here. So, like, that formula right there, that's, it's going to give the Falcons a chance to actually pull this off. And the Falcons are not as bad as we thought they were coming into the season. They play hard. They stay in games. And, sometimes a little luck bounce their way. I mean, here we are, 3-3.
Exactly. And with a little luck right now, the Falcons, y'all, looking like they can win the NFC South. Yes. All right. Jamar, is it an overreaction to think that the great Russell Wilson, okay, is not a top 10 quarterback in the NFL anymore? Is this an overreaction?
Man, this one right here,
It's hard, doesn't it? It's hard.
It's on. I'm like truly on the fence. Like, right now, he's definitely not playing like one. I feel like we can name 10 quarterbacks that's probably playing better than him right now, for sure. Mm-hmm. Including his successor in Seattle right now, who's playing a lot better than him.
Oh yeah, Geno Smith for sure.
So at this moment,
just quickly, Jamar, I think it's about 20 quarterbacks playing better than him right now.
Yeah. So at this moment, it's not an overreaction. It's sad.
It's sad to see that Russell Wilson is playing the way he's playing. But I mean, at least he got Sierra, Jamar. So that's a good thing.
He's winning every night.
Yeah, he's winning at home, like sometimes that's what matters. I'm winning at home, And so he's winning at home and, right now going through a struggle on the field. So let's hope, y'all, that Russell Wilson and his Broncos get that chemistry together because we had high expectations for this team. All right, Jamar. Is it an overreaction to think that after a 3-3 start and giving away 2 football games from poor late game execution or poor quarterback play, it is time to hit the panic button on the Baltimore Ravens as a good football team? Or should we pump the brakes? I'm just curious. And so is it time to hit the panic button on the Baltimore Ravens? Am I overreacting?
Yeah, I think we're overreacting here. I still believe Baltimore to be a legitimate threat when it's all said and done. As we know, the Baltimore Ravens have been in every one of these football games. Could arguably be 6-0 had they, for their own miscues. So I'm not going to sit here and act like Lamar Jackson isn't elite. Not going to sit here like Mark Andrews isn't elite. Not going to sit here and act like the defense at times can make plays. and they got a championship head coach who knows how to get it done. I think it's overreaction.
Okay. And so from the comment section, Dak is hot garbage too, though. LOL. So Jonathan Abernathy thinks that Dak is hot garbage. On the other hand, Ian stated Russ still top 10, overreaction. And I don't know about that, but I respect your opinion, bro. And y'all is the third wheel on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. And without Cordell Patterson, the Falcons will not win the division. We'll see, Jonathan. They've been playing pretty good without him, but they are a really good team with him. And Jamar, if I'm not mistaken, Cordell Patterson should be coming back in the coming weeks, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah, I thought I heard week 6, week 7, something like that. So, we'll see how that continues to go along. And so, all right. Additionally, Jamar, is it an overreaction to think after a 3-3 start, okay, that it's time to hit the panic button? We just did the Baltimore Ravens, but let's now do the same for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Is it time to begin to panic as a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan? Is it an overreaction to think this?
Yeah, I'll still say it's an overreaction. I will give Tom Brady, a Tom Brady-led team, the benefit of the doubt as long as possibly can until it goes down like the Titanic. I have to believe that Tom Brady, can steer the ship right even when a lot of things are going wrong. So I'm not writing them off yet, not hitting the panic button yet. I still feel like they can figure something out, but we just know that their ceiling is definitely capped right now.
That ceiling is capped. Just like you said, that ceiling is capped, goddamn it, and it's ready to explode. It's right there, literally. And it's ready to explode like the Titanic. So it's right there. And so you are right, Jamar. I will not hit the panic button yet. But damn it, it's right there. It is right there. And if they go 3-4, y'all, with a 45-year-old quarterback, he's greatest all time, might start to get a little worried because he's getting beat up back there. And he's 45, y'all. He should be retired. He can't be getting beat up like this. Jamar, he's too old for this, man. And so we gotta just at least put this out here, y'all, on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, to keep a close eye on what's happening in Tampa with Tom Brady, because if he ain't got no help, y'all, and he ain't got no help on the offensive line, makes things really rough. And so, yes. All right, Jamar. That is our NFL reactions and overreactions. FYI, world, shout out to the U of I men's football team. Jamar, we are ranked, man. We are ranked number 18 in the country. We are progressing. We got a great running back that is putting up a Heisman campaign by the name of Chase Brown. And guess what, y'all? He is on a Heisman chase. Chase Brown, a.k.a. running back. He's on a Heisman chase, and we are on it right now. U of I progressing. And potentially, y'all, if they keep winning, Jamar, they can win the NFC West and be in the not the NFC West. They can win the Big Ten West and be in the Big Ten championship come later this season. And so right now, y'all, things are really, really good in U of I right now in Champaign. And so let's just continue to see how this team progress and if they continue to win. And if they do it, it'd be really good for college football because U of I is a big program. All right. Let's now talk about some college football notable games. No picks required. Number 14, Syracuse, y'all, at number 5, Clemson. Okay, big ACC showdown. Number 9, UCLA, at number 10, Oregon. Big Pac-10 showdown. Number 20, Texas, at number 11, Oklahoma State. Big 12 showdown. Number 17, Kansas State, and number 8, TCU. TCU's playing really good football. Oklahoma State's playing really good football. These are some good games, y'all. This is another great showdown. Number 24, Mississippi State, and number 6, Alabama. I felt, honestly, y'all, when I watched the game, and it's just me, I felt Alabama got robbed against Tennessee, especially late in the game, especially towards the goal line, those last 3 possessions. Alabama, I think, is ticked off, y'all. They are going up against Mississippi State. They are now ranked number 6. Tennessee ranked number 3 now. And so the Crimson Tide, they can't afford a loss. They are going up against Mississippi State in the big SEC showdown. And then we always highlight the HBCUs here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. So Campbell University, they are shooting up the pass against Jackson State University. And so with that being said, Jamar, my week 7 NFL picks. And so if you are ready, my brother, let's progress with these picks. All right, let's do it. All right, world. And so, Jamar, this weekend, as a start, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens. And so, Jamar, who you got for this one? Do the Ravens bounce back? Or it's Cleveland? I just feel so bad for Cleveland, by the way, because with all that running Nick Chubb, do they 2-4? But who you got for this one, bro?
Man, I feel you there. They could easily be 4-2 right now. Yeah, with that being said, I'm taking Baltimore. I just think Baltimore overall probably going to have too much for Jacoby Brissett in this team. I'm taking Lamar for them to bounce back this week.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. By the way, Jamar, it's okay, bro, for our reactions. The world can know we're going to give brief, very brief analysis on these games. I got Baltimore too. All right. Tampa Bay at Carolina. Carolina, man, I mean, nobody's expecting Carolina to win this game. Tom Brady right now is dealing with a banged up offensive line. What's up, little man? What's up? Good morning. How you doing? Looking just like your daddy. Yeah, I remember you from college, man. And you look just like your daddy when he used to wake up in the morning, have some French toast, and you look at him. Oh, man. Jamar, you just woke up. Yes. You look just like your daddy, man. So, yes. That's your little king, bro. And so, yes, bro. Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is a very down-to-earth podcast. And so, with that being said, it looked like it was a little technical issues on Jamar end. Little man actually hit the button. The Buccaneers at the Panthers. The Panthers, y'all, they are reeling right now, struggling. So I got the Buccaneers for this one. Jamar, who you got, man? The Bucs or the...
Yeah, I got the Bucs, man. Panthers just depleted.
And he stated this morning he got the Ravens. And give us all your picks, bro. Who you got, the Bucs or the Panthers as well? Let us know. Next, y'all, we got the Falcons and the Bengals. And so the Falcons, they are progressing. But the Bengals, y'all, the Bengals are very talented. Just came off Super Bowl run. And they are looking like they're heating up a little bit as well. This is a tough game for me. But I'm going to go with the Bengals at home, Jamar. I'm going to go with the Bengals at home because I think the Bengals are on a mission of I've been stating that they're a good team all year. And I believe that they are a really good team. So, Jamar, who you got, man? You got the Bengals or the Falcons?
Yeah, I'm taking Cincinnati, man. I think their offense is about to explode here.
Okay. Yes, great. Okay. The Detroit Lions. And Ian, feel free to give us your picks as well. Detroit, we've stated that they've been cursed. Maybe we'll win a little far. I don't know. But, you know, based off of the show we watched, the home box office, Jamar and Ian believes in the Lions because of the show they watched, the home box office, which is another word for HBO. And so, Jamar, do Detroit Lions, do they take care of the Dallas Cowboys, Lamar and the Big D?
No, man, Dallas about to run rapids all over them. It's Dallas and blowout.
I'm with you, man. I got Dallas. I have not picked the Lions in a while, and the streak continues. And so I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys in this one. The New York Giants, okay? They are clicking on all cylinders. And the Jaguars might be coming down to earth now. And so, just curious, Jamar, the Giants or the Jags in this one?
This one is tough. This one's a little tough, but I'm gonna take the Giants. I'm gonna take the Giants.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna take the Giants in this one as well. I think the Giants are the better team than the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kumar coming back down to earth and being the Jaguars again. On the other hand, the Colts, they're becoming a team who I thought they were, Jamar. They are winning. But the Titans, I think, is a very good team too, man. And I put that out there. I got high expectations for the Titans because of Derrick Henry and because of the well-rounded team I believe they have. This is a this is going to be a really good football game, y'all. And I'm putting it out here. These are two very good football teams. Forget the records. These are two good football teams. And so when it comes to these teams, I'm going to pick the Titans. But that's just me. Jamar, who you got? You got the Colts or the Titans in this one?
Yeah, I'm taking the Titans along with you, man. Off the bye, won 3 straight, I believe. I'm taking the Titans.
Yeah. And we got Green Bay, y'all, going up against the Commanders. I'm sorry, y'all, but the Commanders just so happen to play the Bears of Chicago. And so the Commanders, I don't think is really that great of a team. I think Commanders are a terrible football team. They're going up against the Packers, and I like Green Bay, at least in this one. I don't like them, but I just like them tomorrow. So I'm going to go with the Packers. Jamar, who you got for this one, the Packers or the Commanders?
Call me crazy, but I like Taylor Heineke-led Commanders team. I think they play with a little bit more edge. I think they get the upset here.
Wow. All right. That note. All right. And so, yes, we got the Jets going up against the Broncos. The Jets are surprising teams. They are 4-2. And they look like they're on a mission. They are going up against Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Jamar, I'm going to be honest here. I can't imagine, or I just don't want to see. This is just my own selfishness. I don't want to see Russell Wilson be 2-5. I just don't want to see that. And I don't think it'll happen. I think he will bounce back. I think he puts up one of his best games of the year and what I think might be a down season for the Broncos going forward. I'm going to pick the Broncos in the upset tomorrow. And so I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos. And let us know who you got with this one. And so, Jamar, who you got with this one, bro? You got the Jets or you got the Broncos?
Man, this one is tough. I'm leaning towards the Broncos by the slither of edges here, and it's only because they're playing in Denver. If it was in New York, I'm taking the Jets no matter what. I'm giving them one last chance. I'm not really riding with this team yet with Russell, but I'm taking the Broncos kind of almost like by default because both defenses are good. I just like the defense in Denver a little bit better.
Gotcha, bro. Yes. The Texans, y'all, they go up against the Raiders. And so the Raiders, last time we saw them, they had a very crushing defeat in Kansas City, which resulted in Devontae Adams shoving people. And so the Raiders, they are another disappointment. And so the Broncos and the Raiders right now are reeling. They are going up against a young Texans team. And so for me, however, just because the Raiders are going up against a young Texas team, I don't think that this just is a giveaway game. I got the Texans, y'all, in the upset tomorrow because I believe that Texans are a decent football team outside of Davis Mills. That's just me. And so I'm going with the Texans, y'all, to upset the Raiders tomorrow. I don't know if that's an upset with the record the Raiders got, but I'm going with the Texans. Jamar, who you got, bro?
No, I'm with you as far as this game is definitely not a cakewalk for the Raiders by any means. Texans gonna give them a fight. I'm still picking the Raiders because I feel like it's a Devontae Adams game happening here. But nevertheless, I got the Raiders in a close one.
Gotcha, bro. The Seahawks, y'all, they are going up against the Chargers tomorrow. And so Geno Smith, oh, by the way, Jonathan Abernathy stated They just need to put Devontae Adams and Draymond on the next YouTube card against each other. Right. Yeah, Jonathan Abernathy stated that they need to do celebrity. What used to be that show Jamar used to come on MTV with the celebrities? They used to get in the rings and fight each other. Celebrity deathmatch.
Oh yeah, yep.
And so Jonathan Abernathy stated we need to do a version of that with Devontae Adams and Draymond Green. And so yeah, athletes all over the place fighting, huh? And so yes, the Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith, they are going up against the Chargers. Jamar, I've been stating this, bro. The Chargers are my AFC team, okay? And so they are at home tomorrow against the Seahawks. The Chargers have dropped games. They gave away a game a couple weeks ago. They should have won. But I think they take care of business tomorrow. I think they beat the Seahawks. I got the Chargers. Who you got, bro?
All right, so I'm gonna be on the opposite end of this one. I'm taking Seattle on the road. Chargers wide receiver core is a little depleted here. I don't know. It's just something about this Geno guy, being wrote off and stuff. It's just something about that. And then the emergence of Ken Walker for me. He's been sensational. He's given that offense some balance there. I mean, this team is similar to Atlanta to me, where we kind of definitely wrote off at the beginning of the year, but yeah, they playing with an edge. I like it. I'm taking Seattle on the road.
Yeah. Y'all, the 4-2 Chiefs. They are going up against the 49ers. So the Chiefs, we view them as a top perennial team in the NFL. I'm curious, Jamar. Is Christian McCaffrey playing tomorrow?
It's a possibility, and if he does, I'm hearing he'll probably have like some goal line packages or something.
Right. No. Wondering, Ian and Jonathan, that might be enough, damn it. Because the Niners are already crazy. I mean, just having CMC in for a few goal line packages, he ain't finna not punch it in. The dude can run like Derrick Henry, damn near. He just small and that's it. He's very strong. This is so interesting. Ooh, this is a tough game, Jamar. Who you got?
Apparently, you're not confident at all.
I don't know yet, man.
This is, Super Bowl rematch from a few years ago. Some of the core pieces are still in this game. I'm taking Kansas City. I don't have the warm fuzzies about it. However, I just feel like they get it done. I felt like that before the trade, and even after the trade, still giving them a slight edge. Give me the Chiefs.
I tell you what, I want to watch this football game. I'm watching it. Y'all, I'm watching it. I want to see George Kittle versus Travis Kelce, man. I want to see that matchup. Man, these two teams are two really good football teams. Lord, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Just because I think the Chiefs have the better quarterback. Not I think. We all know they got the better quarterback. But then Jimmy G's that type of dude, Jamar. Yeah. I was listening to the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, and Brandon Price stated that Patrick Mahomes is better than me. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to throw 300 mod. Who Jimmy G is. That's who he is. And so, he might come out scorching. And so I want to watch this football game, y'all, as a football fan. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs, y'all. I think very, very, very good football game. Get your popcorn ready for this one. Watch this one if you're a football fan. Boom. Let's see. CMC tears his ACL. Hearing you say his name. Oh man, be quiet, Jonathan. And on the other hand, Peoples Hernandez, he got the Raiders, the Seahawks, the Jets, a few other teams, etc. And so let us know, guys, who you got for this one as well. Jamar, the Steelers, man. They came back last week, man, with Mitch. Mitch came back and delivered a nice second half. Maybe provided a little hope for the Steelers. Put a little life in them, Put a little life in them.
They got a little hope now, man. They got a little life now, man, with our boy Mitch Trubisky, because he came last week. He rescued the day, and you know, I can guarantee you there's some rejuvenation now in Steelers. They're going up against the Dolphins. So I'm curious, Jamar. Tagovailoa, is he playing tomorrow, or is he on? He's not playing yet. He's just practicing right now, right?
No, I think he is playing tomorrow.
Right. I thought he was playing tomorrow. And so, just curious, man, for this one, who you got, the Steelers or the Dolphins?
Man, early in the week I was saying Dolphins, but knowing that Minka is playing, knowing that Freiermuth is playing, knowing that Kenny Pickett is clear from concussion protocol, knowing that a lot of other people that was hurt for the Steelers are playing in this game, knowing that their backs are against the wall in that division, I think that's enough. I think that's enough to go into South Beach and actually pull off an upset like they did last week at home. So I'm taking the Steelers.
Wow. For me, man, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins bounce back. I think Tua has a big game. The Dolphins are a different team, y'all. They are a good team behind center, because it opens up the freeway for our boy Tyreek Hill. And so the Steelers, I think they put up a nice fight, Jamar. I think this comes down to the fourth quarter, mainly because Tua is getting his feet back. He's getting his wind back. But I think the Dolphins find a way to pull this one out late, y'all. I got the Dolphins. Jamar, guess what? Our Bears, the Bears, they are going up against Dominic McKinney's New England Patriots. And so, just curious, man. The Patriots, with this third string quarterback, they have look like they found a new Tom Brady, man. But I believe Mac Jones is coming back tomorrow, and he's starting, or coming back Monday. And so, just curious, man. You got the Bears going in and pulling out what I would view as an upset, just because it's on the road and because the Bears don't have no expectations. Do the Bears come out and pull us or not, or do you got the Patriots at home?
I expect the Patriots to win. I'm pretty sure the Patriots gonna win this game. Patriots are a better team. Patriots. Look, in my heart of hearts, the Patriots gonna win this game. But I'm picking my team just because just because I'm a Bears fan. I'm being real biased here. But also, like, last time I saw a guy on the main stage, on Monday Night Football, he actually was spectacular. Even though we got cheated last year, but nevertheless.
And so, yes. On the other hand, world, for me, the Patriots, I think, are overrated. The Bears, they suck. But guess what? My Bears, okay, they have no expectations tomorrow. Mac Jones is just coming back off an injury. This might sound crazy, but y'all know where I'm headed. I'm picking the Bears to go into New England and to go into Foxborough and pull off what I would view as an upset. And the reason why I'm picking the Bears is not just because I'm a Bears fan. I'm picking the Bears because I believe that they are frustrated. I believe that they are tired of coming up short. I believe they are pissed from losing to Carson Wentz and the Commanders. And I think that they see an opportunity here to salvage their season and to really get into the mix of a schedule that really ain't all that hard for them. It's not all that hard, let's say, compared to other teams. The Bears can turn their season around. They really can. They just got to give the defense something. But I think tomorrow is a really good opportunity. And so for me, I am not picking the Bears because I'm a Bears fan. I think the Bears go in tomorrow and they leave New England quiet early and they take this game. I got the Chicago Bears in this game. So, let us know, bro, who you got. As well as Jonathan, if you're making any picks. So I got the Bears in this one. And that is not because I am a Bears fan. And so, world, with that being said, we thank you all for tuning in with us this morning on the Early Morning Sports Podcast. It has been a pleasure to rock with the few folks that has rocked with me this morning. I truly appreciate that, and I appreciate the love. Thanks, Shamar, for hopping on. Didn't expect you to, but thanks for hopping on. And so, yes, as we head into the weekend, bro, I just want to ask you, any final thoughts, or any shout outs? Any final thoughts, Shamar? Any shout outs as we head into the weekend, bro?
Just shout out to the month of October, just basically being the best sports month every year because you got 5 major sports happening. NHL, which we don't really mention here. I mean, because our team sucks, but nevertheless, you got baseball, you got the NFL, you got the NBA's back, and then you got college football in the middle of things. So it's just, definitely one of my favorite months of the whole year because everything is happening at once.
True, absolutely. Plus, Halloween is around the corner too, so that's always cool. And so yes, for me, y'all, shout out to U of I and their football program. We got a big opportunity in the Big Ten West. Shout out to Chase Brown, who was on a Heisman chase. And so continue to do y'all thing, and we'll see how they finish out the 22 campaign in the coming month. And so yes, shout out to U of I, and shout out to the city of Chicago. Yes, that's my home. And shout out to let's just say the hardworking people every day that continues to work hard, and that continues to do what they have to do for their families, do what they have to do for themselves, etc. And so stay safe, world. We appreciate you all rocking with us. Be sure to follow Destination Fantasy Podcast, DF, that's ran by our brother Jamar Goodman. And we thank you all for tuning in with us this morning. Your love and support is truly appreciated. And if you get a chance to watch this video, please be sure to hit that like button. Please be sure to follow us on IG, on Instagram at the Early Morning Sports Talk Podcast. Be sure to follow us on Spotify, Facebook, the Early Morning Sports Talk Podcast community page, on Apple Podcasts, or basically any place where you can find your podcast. We thank you all for tuning in with us this morning on the Early Morning Sports Talk Podcast, and may each of you have a great weekend. Peace.